what you just heard is something that I like to remind myself a lot of the times. That even though there are things that I know, I also don't know a lot of things. And I guess that helps. That helps. On many levels, especially at this age. Speaking of age, speaking of age, well, yeah, it relates to age, but not. Is it it could be significant because for one, if 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 I had the personality that I have now when I was 9 or 13, my life would have been so different. I would have made a lot of friends. I would have blossomed sooner. I basically would have just enjoyed life earlier if I had my personality now, if I can send it to my kid self, because I'm not always like this. I felt like my personality when I was a child is closer to a personality of a 45-year-old man who is an accountant. I don't know. It gives me that feeling. Just a second. I will just check on my beef because it has been boiling and I keep on checking on it. And the last time I checked, it's still not the right amount of soft. I've been boiling it for more than an hour now. Almost 2 hours, I think. Excuse me. Not yet done. I still feel like I'm chewing some wheel of a car. So let me just chew this outside of the frame. Ay. I didn't notice that does that. That's the only time that I noticed that I can literally play with shadows if I position myself like this. Or wait, is a house in New Orleans. What initially I was supposed to speak about was, before I get strayed, is how happy I am today. I'm still happy. It lasts. I'm still happy because there are more multiple interactions that I had with people today, and with dogs. It always makes things better whenever there is a way. Whenever whenever my realm collide with some people, yes, it always, yeah, yeah, some people and dogs. If my realm collides with them, it always creates that kind of nice feeling and pictures and yeah. And I guess I will just only speak about the one that stands out the most, because I was in the tram and I bought the beef that I am boiling now. And it's not the usual kind of beef that you... I got distracted by the taking. It's not the usual kind of beef that you will find in the supermarket. I got it from... I'm not sure what store should I call it. Is it called Asian store? Something like that. But then there are different kinds of store. Because when I say Asian store, it's not the same kind of store that comes to mind. So let's call it Middle Eastern store. I know yeah, I should not go deep into that, but basically there's a difference when you say Middle Eastern store and Asian store, at least in how the stores exist in here. There's a difference of kind of things you will find in there. So I got it from there, and because I don't wanna pay an extra plastic bag for the meat, I only took the one that the guy who is serving the raw materials. It's a clear plastic bag that's thin enough for it not to be broken if I hold it like this. So I did. I went on the tram. I went on the tram. And I didn't put it in my bag because my bag is full. So I just put it on this mini table. Yeah, there's a table. This is the chair. This is the table, and there's another chair facing me. So I put it there on the little table, little spot. And these three boys, aged between more or less 9 to 11, not older than 11. They entered at some point and they were being kids. Yeah, they were loud, and they're literally occupying the tram as if they bought it, and I'm really trying not to laugh because they were just everywhere. They're everywhere and they are loud and they're going skibidi skibidi toilet or something like this, whatever jargon is it that's coming out of the younger generations nowadays. And when when one of them ran and went back because they're supposed to sit in the front, that's their nest, but they decided the nest that's they decided that their nest is the one that's on the front, so they were running. One boy was running, he went back, spotted the meat, and said something in Finnish that made the other boys turn around. The boy was like, and the other boys, they are really looking, and to make the meat more accessible to them, because there's a lady sitting in front of me, so she's literally blocking the view. I I held up the meat. I held up the meat and turn it around, like, just so they can see the entirety of it, because I think maybe that's the first time they saw it, that kind of meat sliced that way, or maybe they haven't even. So I showed them what it is, that it has a bone in the middle with the bone marrow on it, and I feel like a science teacher. And they were so fascinated. They were so fascinated by what they saw. I can show you. Just excuse me. So meat was on the table in front of me, and this is how the outside looks. If you're viewing us from the outside, this is how it looks. But if you are viewing me as if you're one of the kids, this is your view. Yeah. I bet that's the first time they saw something like this in their entire life, because they were so fascinated. Let me just put it back. They were so fascinated, and I was also laughing so hard. I was also laughing so because if you've seen their face, they were they were in awe, or it's a mix of different emotions, all three of them. It, but I didn't see the disgust there. They're curious, they're fascinated, they it's as if I brought up some kind of extinct animal and presented it to them or something. And I was laughing. And they were laughing, and we both are laughing, and even the lady in front it looks like this. And that's just that's gonna be one of the most memorable things. that ever. Because it's so cute. It's such a cute. Because normally in the trams, it's quiet. It's we don't pretend that I we pretend that we are inside a glass box and we just try to sit like that. We pretend that we don't see each other. But earlier, I feel like even the people who are on the across, uh, they were also looking, and they were. I can feel the joy coming out of their energy field or whatsoever it's called. But yeah, it's one of those moments that make me happy about being human. And and when they what's the English word? What's the English word? What's the English word when it's your stop? When you go down, when you go out, when you go out of the when they went out of the tram because it's their stop. I saw them still horsing around, and one boy decided to make a snowball, and then yeah, I was just seeing him on the peripheral, but then he did this to me, and then I'm also like, and then he was smiling. It's so cute. It's so cute to see a Finnish person smile. Like, and it's just yeah, I it's so nice whenever kids do that, because that's not the first time it happened to me that kids wave, because sometimes the stoplight goes red near a bus stop or just near somewhere, and you will see the kid or a train that some kid just got out and you're sitting there. They'll just do this, and of course I will also do this. Because yeah, it's nice to just it's so cute. The and imagine the from the kid's perspective, it must have felt nice to have this moment with because because at least when I was a kid, I felt that there was a divide between adults and the kids, and it's not very easy to horse around with an adult. Maybe now it doesn't exist anymore, I don't know. But at least if that must have been a nice experience as a child to see the adult wave back to you. It's yeah. I was supposed to say something, but now I forgot it. Oh, about the happiness or the joy. There was this one poem that I saw a very long time ago, a very long time ago. So I cannot remember the specific words to it. It said that all joys, Joys, all joys are the same size. All joys are the same size. Not even sure if it was worded that way, but all joys are the same size, whether it's you're just sitting in your room having a warm cup of tea and having some candles, or whether you are in Greece having a tour with your yacht. It's the same kind of. I wish I could remember the title of the poem or the author, but she really made me think, ah, yeah, that's true. Because I know what she's talking about. Because I have done big adventures also, and I have done smaller adventures. And sometimes the only adventures that I take is the internal adventures, and all joys are the same. Whether it's I'm on a plane that I have to get on the plane to reach the place. It's because it's still me. I just went somewhere else. Does that make sense to you as well? The line, all joys are the same. It would be nice to hear your perspective, because for me it makes sense. That's why when I wrote my first 3 songs, I feel like passing away. I can't believe I just said I wrote my first 3 songs. First 3 songs first. So it means that there's gonna be more. What is this? I feel like I am existing in an alternate reality where I can just write songs. This is not the alternate reality. This is not the same layer of multiverse that I have existed before I discovered that I can write songs. This is different now. I feel like I'm in the afterlife. I don't know. I forgot what I am initially talking about. But I'm glad I did this one standing up, because I had more freedom to express myself and my stories. Because I don't have this kind of luxury in the real physical world. Because because you also exist on earth. You know why? I could tell my stories with life on them, but not as much life that I could give if I'm the only person existing, I guess. Good thing I switched off the stove, because I'm not sure how long this will take, but I'm gonna say goodnight now, and I should stop, because if I don't, I will just unlock another story in my brain, and you and I will not be able to go our separate ways. So see you next time, and have a good night, and as always, thank you for this.